Hey everyone, we're excited to get back to our hiring events. So we have the one coming up at First Energy Stadium on April 7th. Registration and check-in will be from 11 a.m. to noon. That's where people can come and sign their paperwork, their photo releases, figure out where they want to interview, get settled. And we start the interviews right at noon. So it's nice to have people come a little bit early and kind of get set up right before those interviews get started. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to register for that. We do allow people to come that didn't register prior, but it helps out a lot if you can get them registered ahead of time. Makes it really easy day of. So in this email that you should have got the registration form, which I have here on the left, as well as the list of employers, which I have here on the right. So at the top of the registration form, if you see a box with type next to it, that's where you're going to type in the information. If it's select, there should be a drop-down caret. So staff name, I just put my name there, clicked on the county board of all the partners, my phone number and email. This allows us setting it up to know who to reach out to if we have any questions about some of the registered candidates. Then after I fill out my information to fill out the form for individual job seekers, I start down here in the bottom section of it. So for my first job seeker, if let's say I'm working with John Smith, I can put his phone number in there just so that the employers or we can reach out to them. If I know the eligibility status, this helps us on our side of who's coming. If they have an OOD case, if they have a support administrator, let us know. So John Smith, let's say he's working with OOD and as a support administrator, I can check both of those here in my drop down, OOD and DD eligible. Then remember, for our events, we do have a dress code, no jeans, t-shirts, rips, stains, any of that. So we're asking you to check off that you've discussed that with each job seeker. That way, if they come and they're not dressed appropriately, we have to turn them away. We can talk, say, hey, we did tell your staff that that was a requirement. So make sure you're telling your job seekers that you're working with, there is a dress code, that they do need to dress appropriately, and they may not get in if they aren't dressed appropriately. Once you have that done, now it's picking employers. So what does John want? What positions could he be a good fit for? Look through the employer list. It has the employer name, location, positions. Most are just asking you to bring a resume. Goodwill Industries would like you to apply online ahead of time. And Vitalia also has a paper application. So those are the only two businesses you need to do some work ahead of time. Most of the time, just bring a resume. But let's say John wants to work in retail. Giant Eagle's his number one choice. You go in here on the first preference, select the drop-down box, scroll down, and you can click Giant Eagle. Say the other one he really wants is Goodwill. Same thing, go down there, interview preference 2. Maybe he also wants to do Home Depot. Also with Home Depot, he wants to do Lowe's. All of these things can preference. And so individuals can go wherever they want day of. This just helps us know how many chairs we need in each line. Businesses know how many people are coming for them. And it also helps them guide during the meeting, during the hiring event, we can guide them to the appropriate location. So there are 6 candidates you can do this for on one sheet. So if you're a job developer or support administrator that has multiple job seekers coming, you can register them all right here. So if John's coming and Susie's coming, you can fill out Susie's information as well on this sheet and do the same things as we did above with the eligibility that we talked to them about the dress code. And let's say Susie has a different need. She wants to work in food service. We can click the restaurants there. Collision Ben's going to be there. Winking Lizard is coming. And so we can customize her set of employers based on their needs. So once you fill this out, you're just going to save this on your own computer in your own file and email it to Diane Williams, and I'll have that instructions in the email. So look at the employer list, think about who you're going to bring, sign them up, pick their employers, remind them of the dress code, get that information to Diane. It'll make it a lot easier when they come in day of. They'll have their information, they'll have their forms ready to go. They'll just need a couple signatures and be able to move quickly through the process. So look forward to seeing everyone there. If you have any questions, reach out. Those that register will have some more information about where to park, how to get in, the COVID restrictions that we're having and the advice and guidance for that, and all of those details. So by registering, you'll kind of be put on the list to get the updates of what's going on. We look forward to seeing some job seekers there, getting some employers, some really good candidates from our in-person events. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.